We see all of these different ways that humans impact animals and the environment. And plastics was something that I saw really resonated with the public in a different way. How they want to reduce their plastic, how they really care about animals eating these items. It felt like a way to do research on ocean issues and where change would be possible. I'm the manager of ocean plastics science and research at Ocean Conservancy. Each minute, more than a garbage truck's worth of plastic ends up in the ocean. But what we don't have a good understanding of as a scientific community yet is the relationship between the plastic we see in the ocean and the likelihood of animals to die from ingesting that plastic. How much plastic is too much? We wanted to quantify the amount of plastic, when ingested, that would lead to death in these iconic marine animals, specifically seabirds, marine mammals, and sea turtles. This was the first global study that aimed to quantify the impacts of plastic ingestion on likelihood of mortality. And that means when an animal ate the plastic, they died from their gut being blocked or from gastrointestinal tract being cut open from that plastic. Additionally, it was the first to break it down by plastic types. Hard plastics, like plastic water bottles, soft plastics, like plastic bags or films, fishing debris, like fishing line and rope, and also rubber, like balloons. And so by looking at these different types of plastic, we are also able to understand the different risks that different materials pose. In terms of the lethal doses, we found thresholds that were much smaller than we expected. For seabirds, less than 3 sugar cubes worth of plastic was enough to kill an adult seabird.
For a little guy, like a puffin, that big.
When we looked at rubber in particular, 6 pieces, each smaller than the size of a pea, was enough to kill 90% of seabirds that consumed it. For marine mammals, we found that about a basketball's worth of soft plastics was enough to kill 90% of most marine mammal species based on their size.
We're talking a whale, sperm whale or something.
But plastic ingestion can also lead to injury and reduced fitness or other sublethal effects. We also know that plastic can have other harms beyond just ingestion. So entanglement occurs frequently in plastic materials, and this can lead to injury and death in animals. There are also chemical effects of ingesting microplastics that are of interest as well. Plastic pollution is a global problem. It's something we need to address at a global scale. This research really elucidates that we need to have really good targets for reducing the amount of plastic that gets into the ocean in the first place. Often when the quantitative understanding of the problem isn't there, we might try to implement policies that are well-intentioned with the goal of addressing the problem, but maybe they fall short in achieving the objectives that we ultimately have, like protecting wildlife. So this is really important for making sure that the link between the policy that is implemented and the outcomes we want to achieve is there.